Hi everyone! Today we're going to read a really fun story called Duck on a Bike by David Shannon. And as we read this story today, we're going to be paying close attention to key details. And those are the important parts of the story. And we're going to be asking and answering questions about those details in order to help us understand the story better. So before we start reading the story, there are a few words in the story that you may not be familiar with. The first word is wobbled. So this story is about a bike, and sometimes when you ride a bike you wobble, and that means to move back and forth, so you're not very steady. The next word is mighty, and mighty means very, like I could say I am mighty strong. And the last word is a phrase, and it's show off. And a show off is somebody who likes to brag and tell about how good they are at something. So let's read Duck on a Bike, and let's focus on asking and answering questions about those important parts of the story. So even by looking at the title page, I'm already thinking about and asking myself some questions. I noticed that the duck here has his hand on his chin. It looks like he's thinking about something, and his eyes are looking at the bike. So I'm wondering what he's thinking. One day, down on the farm, Duck got a wild idea. I bet I could ride a bike, he thought. He waddled over to where the boy parked his bike, climbed on, and began to ride. At first, he rode very slowly, and he wobbled a lot, but it was fun. Duck rode past Cow and waved to her. "Hello, Cow," said Duck. "Moo," said Cow. But what she thought was, a duck on a bike? That's the silliest thing I've ever seen. Then Duck rode past Sheep. "Hello, Sheep," said Duck. "Bah," said Sheep. But what she thought was, he's going to hurt himself if he's not careful. Duck was riding better now. He rode past Dog. "Hello, Dog." "Woof," said Dog. But what he thought was, that is a mighty neat trick. Then Duck rode past Cat. "Hello, Cat," said Duck. "Meow," said Cat. But what she thought was, I wouldn't waste my time riding a bike. So now my question for you is, what does the cat think about the duck riding the bike? And what does the cat say that lets you know he thinks that? Duck pedaled a little faster. He rode past Horse. "Hello, Horse," said Duck. "Nay," said Horse. But what he thought was, you're still not as fast as me, Duck. Duck rang his bell, and as he rode toward Chicken. "Hello, Chicken," said Duck. "Cluck, cluck," said Chicken. But what she thought was, watch where you're going, Duck. So now my question to you is, why does the chicken say, watch where you're going, Duck? Then Duck rode past Goat. "Hello, Goat," said Duck. "Ma," said Goat. But what he thought was, I'd like to eat that bike. Notice he's eating a lot of trash from that dumped over trash can. Duck stood on the seat and rode past Pig and Pig. "Hello, Pigs," said Duck. "Oink," said Pig and Pig. But what they thought was, Duck is such a show-off. Then Duck rode no hands past Mouse. "Hello, Mouse," said Duck. "Squeak," said Mouse. But what he thought was, I wish I could ride a bike just like Duck. Suddenly, a whole bunch of kids came down the road on bikes. They were in such a hurry that they didn't see Duck. They parked their bikes by the house and went inside. Now this picture doesn't have any words, it just has illustrations. So we're going to take a look closely at this illustration. And now what I want you to think about is all the kids parked their bikes and went inside. So I'm wondering what you think is going to happen based on what you see in this picture. What do you think is going to happen? Now all the animals had bikes. They rode around and around the barnyard. "This is fun," they all said. "Good idea, Duck." Then they put the bikes back by the house, and no one knew that on that afternoon there had been a cow, a sheep, a dog, a cat, a horse, a chicken, a goat, 2 pigs, a mouse, and a duck on a bike. So now my last question for you is, why did the kids never know that the animals had been on the bikes? So that was the story Duck on a Bike by David Shannon. Today we worked on asking and answering questions about different parts of the story, and asking and answering questions about those key details or important parts help us to understand the story better. And I hope you had fun reading that story.